Here it come.
Pull up on the spot, I'm ducking another op from another block until I give them a couple shots. When I hit the spot, we pulling up, it's something hot, showing up the rocks. I'm high chief just from the top, we can get it in though. Looking for your kinfolk, all these men in the bar, I'm with the pencil. Trying to smoke something, so at last, my last stash got me smoking out the window like I caught backdraft. No turning back, I'm earning scraps and learning that I've been fired with the pen like an inferno match. Send her up to the sky, thunderclouds hit me, show you the full gore with all killer instinct. Put him in a figure four, maybe he will listen more when I kick in the door.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Akron, Ohio, weighing in at 254 pounds, the Aquamarine Weapon, Dallas Cash.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Humble Roses podcast. It's me, Dallas Cash, and I came solo today. Actually, no, I didn't. You know, if she would have got here just a little bit later, we would have had to have started Rose Court, and she would have been on trial. But obviously, I'm not alone. I am with the godmother herself.
I'm never gonna be done. Lean on in. Now welcome to the Queendom.
Hey everyone! How you gonna put me on Rose Court? I'm always on time. Today's the first time I'm late.
Don't turn away on this one day. All right. Here comes the judge. You never know what they'll do or say.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this case, no, I'm just kidding. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So,
Hello.
Good to see you guys. Let's check the comments, see who's checked in.
Hey, OTC.
OTC, how you doing? It's really, you know what I like about OTC? OTC or Tribal Chief Season, whichever you would like to be recognized by, always is like one of the first people here. Like, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with anybody who gets here late, but you can tell that OTC is one of those people who just like literally is here right when the show starts. And I couldn't ask for a better band of supporters than even the people who are here that never comment. We do have a lot of people who who get here and they never comment because they just either they don't know how to interact with the live chat. And so if you are watching this live on your phone and you want to interact with the live chat, all you have to do is tap on the video. You can tap on the video, and then at the bottom there should be a bar for you to type in, a bar for you to type in, basically a comment bar for you to basically type. So if you've always wanted to be a part of the show, give your opinion, and you just don't know how, because I know some people have kind of DM'd me and have said, hey, I want to comment on the show, but I don't know how. So tap on the video. If you're on your phone, tap on the video, and it'll take you right down to a comment bar, and that's where you can type. But you have to, it's at the
It'll say live chat too. That or on the YouTube. For YouTube is the same thing.
Yeah, YouTube is the same thing. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me actually present my screen. Just so I'm helping people who all right, so all right, so right here is yo, shout out to Monty Ice Sports for you, man. I just got off the phone with him about something. I'm dead serious. What I'm about to tell you off screen is major, and I cannot say this live.
Okay.
So, it deals with something that we discussed a long time ago.
Oh.
Yeah, so all right, so like let's just say if this is like if you're on my page and you see my face, you click right here and you see how here, I'll pause this so it doesn't look. See how this comes up, and then like right here on the side, it says send a message. So the chat is right here. But I believe if you're on your phone, it's going to be at the bottom. So basically, I'll just type hi, and there I am right there.
Hi, Dallas.
So yeah, right. So if for those who like are not aware, and you're not, there's nothing wrong with that because some people actually want to give their opinion on the show. I've had people who've like, man, I've been wanting to I've been wanting to comment on the live for a long time, but I just can't. So that's really how to do it. My thing right now is just getting us to a point where people actually want to
interact,
pull up. Yeah, like pull up to the shows. You gotta make people want to pull up to the show. Because if you don't make people want to pull up to the show,
for trivia night, we were having trouble on YouTube. Like people weren't able to comment on YouTube.
Oh crap! What, really? I thought I fixed that.
I don't know if it's happening now, but I think that day that's where it was. Well, it looks like Trial's on YouTube, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was one of those things where we were like, hey, yo, I think I know why was because when you do a YouTube video and you're editing the description, if you say it's made for kids, it cuts comments off.
Oh, so it is on kiddie mode, or it was on kiddie mode.
So if it's on kiddie mode, it cuts comments off. It shouldn't be. Like, let me that I actually specifically did that so we wouldn't have to deal with that. But
the child safe mode was on for a minute.
Was it?
He said it was.
Oh shit! And I missed the state of play. Fuck! I missed the state of play for PlayStation. I'll catch it though. Let me check the Royal Rumble trivia. So we had. So funny enough. Nope, the comments were open for the Royal Rumble trivia.
Was it?
Yep. And that's one of our highest viewed videos ever. So we have 146 subscribers. We have 84 views on the Royal Rumble trivia giveaway. But so far, that's actually our biggest. That's our highest viewed video. The second highest was the Liv Dom Part 2, and then Liv Dom 1, and then the Meechin episode was.
I came in on the Liv Dom Part 1.
Yeah. I wish everybody that we had during that time came back, but this is great. Like we're even if we're not getting triple digit views right now or quad digit views, that doesn't matter right now because we're still starting off pretty small. And we wanted to. You've got to be shitting me.
Someone's practicing in Spanish. Hey, Jonathan.
Is it? You want to say it back to him?
No rules.
You want to say it back to him? Say it back to him in Spanish.
What do you say? ¿Cómo estás ustedes? Estoy bien. ¿Estamos bien? ¿Y tú?
Just say muy bien, gracias, and keep it moving. Because if you try to say something like Lago Rojo, don't do it. Don't do it. I think I remember Immortal Technique rapping in Spanish at a concert because he was Peruvian. This man
It's raining
said,
out here too. It's raining in Southern California and it's raining in Texas.
he said, boy, bien, it's raining out here. Wepa.
That's Puerto
Wepa.
Rican.
What?
That's Puerto Rican.
It's Puerto Rican.
That phrase is Puerto Rican.
Okay, I'm still saying it though. Damian Priest is Puerto Rican and he speaks Spanish. Can he not speak Spanish? He's Puerto Rican? Because I
Honestly,
thought
it is a total different way of saying things between Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Spaniards, Colombians, even like talking to Angel, it's like a different type of, we say things differently.
are you all right? Are you all right? Take this man's phone. Take this man's phone. Yeah, Damien said that on TV. Yeah. So OTC was talking about the island in WWE 2K25. It looks so cool.
Ooh.
So OTC, I want to talk to you real quick. I'm not getting WWE 2K25, but I am getting it for obviously Mark. We're getting it for you,
Of course.
Alexander, Leo. You know, we'll get the games for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. As far as I'm concerned, there are some concerns that I have
Uh-oh.
about this island, and I have very factual information to back this up. Okay, so the reason why I say this is because for wrestling fans who have not played any of the NBA 2K games, this looks extremely cool. Don't get me wrong, it looks cool. Here's my problem. The last 2K game I played was 2K23. Now they introduced the park and like the city, I want to say, like in the later 2K games, where you can walk around the city, do stuff, and it's the same thing as what the island is now.
Okay.
The problem. Okay, so basically, you'd be in the city,
Mm-hmm.
whatever team you were on. Like, let's just say, okay, the last time I played, I was playing for the Lakers. Okay, and when you come out of your sorry.
You were being serious.
Yeah, right. It was there, like they just did like some cinematic fucking jump cut on this camera. So when you, because if I do this, thank God. Okay, good. They didn't. I turned that mode off. You come out of your facility, and you have the city. So you have your team practice facility. You have your gym, and when you walk around, there's basketball courts.
Mm-hmm.
So there's street basketball, because it looks like a park inside the city. And when you look at the park, you can see other players playing basketball games. So like you can watch other players basically play ball, or you can call next on the court, etc. And you can team up with other players. It's dope. It's dope. They have the rec center where if you don't want to be outside, you can go inside and be more formal and dressed up for the occasion. There's crowds, and there's different courts there where you can watch other players. They have a Nike store. They have a Jordan brand store. They have
the game?
Yes.
Oh shit.
This is NBA 2K I'm talking about. They have a casino where you can go and gamble for different stuff. You can go to the gym and work out, and you get like VC, which is virtual currency, given to you depending on what you do. Here's the problem. The biggest problem with why this is an issue is because if you want to get something for your character, it's going to cost real money.
Obviously. That's the in-app purchases.
Microtransactions. But for, let's say, if I want a headband for my character when he's on the basketball court, let's just say that costs like 10,000 VC, right?
Mhm.
It probably costs way more than that, but let's just say I only have
Ballpark.
like 5,000 VC. Okay,
Mhm.
I got to use my wallet to buy more VC. So let's just say I spent let's just say like $25 on 75,000 VC, right? And let's say I pay the VC to get that. So now that leaves me with a little bit of VC. But then let's say I want a pair of shoes, and that's about 50 or 75,000 VC. Guess what I got to do again? Pay another $25. And let's say I want this, and then this, and then this. It's money that you have to keep constantly spending to upgrade your character.
It's like
And
that
that
V
money,
on Fortnite.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but think of that and like triple the price.
V-Bucks
Mm,
burns my wallet because of my godson. So
be glad it's only V-Bucks because those are cheap.
mhm.
Let's actually share the screen a little bit. Let's share the screen.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, we're gonna share the screen.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna pull one up real quick. Hey,
yeah, pull up some comments. Get yo just yo, what's good, man?
Just
I saw something that there is Chalkline and Jordan's feature. Yes, and they also have Nike as well. So this is what I'm concerned about. So Google, all right. 2K VC prices for 2K25. So if you wanted 75,000 VC right here, it's about $18.99, right? 35, 1029. This is for NBA 2K25. 200,000, you're paying $42, and for 450,000, $83.69. Now here's the thing: when you have to spend money to upgrade your character, it pulls from this VC, and every time that you have to upgrade your character, when you're adding abilities like I want to improve my jump shot for mid range, but if I don't improve my 3-point, that takes so like it's like think about it this like, hey, this is going to cost me 10,000 VC to change this one feature, and I have 40 different things that I can change. So every time that I'm okay, 5,000, then when you upgrade, you got to spend more VC to so like let's say I'm at a 70 and I'm overall a 70 character, and my mid range is 65 and my 3-point is 68. I have to spend about 20,000 to bring that 68 to a 70, and then additionally like 13 or 15,000 to bring the mid range up to a 65. Well, that was about almost 45,000 VC that I just spent. Now it doesn't go that way, but the higher that you go up, the more VC that you will have to spend, to the point where if you want to be at a higher peak, you basically have to pay more money to win, because grinding it out, let's just say you didn't pay any VC money for VC and you had to grind it out, you would have to be on the game religiously every day in order for that to even be possible.
And so they're doing something like this on WWE 2K2. Yeah, that.
I'm assuming because the way that this is adding up, and like I said, I'm not trying to stop 2K from making money. They obviously got a profit. But when I saw the island, I started to grow a little concerned, because let me show you something else. And again, I don't work for 2K. They don't sponsor me. 2K has a micro transaction. I'm sorry, I'm trying to. So New York Times has spoken. The chakra. Is it me, or the microtransactions just plain atrocious? And sorry, I was blocked by the network, probably because I am on a VPN. Some fans are fed up with microtransactions in games. There was a microtransaction theft. but it means big bucks for companies. Games like NBA 2K and FIFA are making a majority of their money from virtual currency, loot boxes, and subscriptions. This was in 2023, so this is 2 years ago. The makers of NBA 2K24 added a subscription fee to this year's game at earlier release this month, an extra microtransaction in the game that what the fuck? It just that players can choose to pay for if they want to unlock additional rewards. Basically, this has led to an online backlash from longtime players who say the game continues to give benefits to those who are willing to pay for it. The game already costs about $90, and the base subscription is another $13 every 6 weeks. So here's another thing. Whenever you play NBA 2K, anybody who's played this knows exactly what I'm talking about. There is, once you start the game, let's say you just bought the standard edition, right? This is me educating the viewers before you get into 2K25. Now, I don't know if they're going to do this, but this is part of the same company that's doing this to NBA. Let's say you buy the standard edition game. They'll say, yo, do you want to upgrade to this? We'll give you this, 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 and this the moment you start the game. So you think, no, I don't want that. Boom. Then it comes back up they'll offer you something totally different. And they'll say, hey, if you spend this much on this amount of VC, we'll give you an extra so-and-so. Do you see where I'm going with this? So that's been 2K's motto. I wish I don't. Yeah. So look at this, pay to win. None of the additional purchases in 2K24 are mandatory. Players can play the game as is without the subscription. But according to Christine Taylor, who has played the series since 2015, it becomes difficult to compete against other players if you don't pay extra. And its two most popular game modes, My Career and My Team, are heavily geared toward online play. One game mode lets you create your own custom player and live out the dream of being an NBA superstar, while the other lets you assemble a dream team of players, such as pairing Michael Jordan with LeBron James. This is very important, but if you want your player to have the best skills or your team to have the best players, you have a choice to make. You can either log hours and hours of trying to earn those upgrades, or you can take a shortcut. The game lets you pay real dollars for in-game currency that you can use to either upgrade a skill or acquire a star player. It feels like, oh, well, geez, I better buy this because getting stomped isn't fun. Nobody is having fun getting stomped or beaten every game because they suck, said Taylor, a 29-year-old who works in tech support in Illinois. In those moments, Taylor says in-game purchases start to become pretty tempting. She spent about $150 on U.S. in-game purchases one year, but some fans of the game end up spending thousands of dollars in a single year.
Huh. That sounds like me on Monopoly Go.
Right. So if you put he says the push from companies to get his players to buy more in-game content happens little by little, so you don't even realize how much money you spent. If you put a full-size chocolate bar in front of me, I would only eat one of them. I would decide one's enough. But if you put the little Halloween chocolate bars in front of me, the little ones, I would probably eat 10 full-size chocolate bars worth of those because I just slowly eat them and I'm not really conscious where I'm at. So, okay, the big bucks. Obviously, GTA and Red Dead Redemption made $1.9 billion from U.S. transactions.
Okay.
For context, the major blockbuster film of the year, Top Gun: Maverick, earned about $1.5 billion worldwide. Electronic Arts, which produced EA Sports, which produces FIFA and Madden and Need for Speed, also sees huge dollars from its microtransactions. In 2020, the company made $1.5 billion from just its Ultimate Team game mode in FIFA. So, and also this goes to, and we're, let me grab this real quick. I'm gonna grab this image, see if it won't let me click. But this is what you would look like for this is your My Player builder. So this is your position. If you guys can see, okay, you can't really see. I forgot how to see it.
We are blind.
I am. Let me see. Let me see if it'll let me post this. And let's talk about what OTC said. Fans are skeptical about it because it will drain your wallet just to unlock stuff in the main game. It's only for new gen. I have a PS4, so I don't have to go through that. Well, right. But for like someone like me, who I don't think I can download this file. No. It has to be PNG, JPEG, or J. I forgot how to zoom in on here. I should know how to zoom in. Okay. Okay. Is this better?
There we go, a little bit. There we go.
All right, hold on. Let me do it just a little bit better. Is this better?
It's more than better.
All right. So when you play NBA 2K25 or any 2K game,
Mm-hmm.
this is what it's going to look like. This is the screen that it's going to be on. Now, it doesn't show everything, but this is the main thing that you need to know. So look at all these things: close shot, driving, layup, driving, dunk, standing dunk, post control, mid-range shot, three. See what I was talking about? Mid-range shot, three-point shot, free throw, pass accuracy, ball handle, speed with ball, interior defense. And then we got
you can pay to get more higher for each of one of these. I don't remember having to do that when I used to play Madden. We just did story mode and did what we did.
Steal, block, offensive rebound, defensive rebound, speed, acceleration, strength, vertical, and stamina. Build to a 99 overall.
You have to buy for stamina.
So listen to what I'm saying. I'm answering this question.
Okay,
so then you have badges, and with these badges like clamps boost the ability to stay in front of the ball handler. This is for defense.
Mm-hmm.
In order to get the upgrade to a Hall of Fame badge, which are, believe, purple are the Hall of Fame badges. Okay. That's the highest badges. Your acceleration has to be at least a 60. This person is at a 70, so they're good. They're going to get that badge once they upgrade. But their perimeter defense has to be at 99. And this right here, perimeter defense is at 95. So they'll have to spend VC to bang that up to a 99. And then when they get the 99, they could get the Hall of Fame badge. And then here are the other badges that they get because based on their attributes. So their potential overall is a 90, and they could be at a 99. So so this is telling me that this person is a great mid-range shooter, great free throw shooter, doesn't have really too good of a three-point shot, but it's not too bad. They can't really drive. They can't really dunk on anybody. They have no standing dunk. But they're a great perimeter defender. So this person is mainly based on defense more than offense. They can score, but they're mainly based for like stealing the ball, and then just accelerating on defense. And they have a lot of stamina. 98 stamina is incredible. 55-inch vertical. I mean, not 55-inch vertical. 55 overall out of 99 on vertical means they're not jumping too high. 35 out of 99 strength means that they could be bullied around a lot. But in order to get these things up, they have to spend money for everything. And I'm not talking about like you can upgrade just the blues or the green. No, they're individual. So you have to spend individual money for each category separately.
And people do that.
Yes. Yeah. Dude, do you know how many videos that there are where people are complaining about the microtransactions because of like how bad they are? This has been a problem since 2K17, 16.
of money in my faction and the piece in it.
Some fans already put a lot of money into my faction, and the price is that mode is insane just to unlock persona cards. Yeah, I don't do my faction, but they have certain characters hidden behind a wall, and you have to go through a bunch of constant grinding to do that. Or you can take a shortcut and pay the price to get them. So when I look at the island, don't be fooled by the presentation, because as soon as you get there, guess what's going to happen? They're going to say, well, you want this, let's just say you want this Yeet hoodie, okay? It's going to cost about 40 VC. Now, based on these prices that I just showed you, let's say you buy the standard edition and you don't have the VC. What are you going to do?
You're going to put your money in it.
You got to put some money in it. And then let's say, all right, I need some pants. You got to pay for that too. Hey, I got to pay for, you have to pay for separate outfits when you're in the island and separate outfits when you're in the ring. You're also going to have to pay for accessories as well. And if you want to, like, I don't think they'll charge for like changing the color of your gear, but let's just say if you have like certain gear on and you like want to change the color.
That's insane.
But again, certain people can tolerate that because they're getting the experience that they wanted. So this is not me knocking 2K25. I would like to play people. I would like to play the game, but I'm just really concerned about how they're going to execute this, because people who are familiar with NBA 2K, they're going to be like, and ladies and gentlemen, if you want to clip this and post this online, we're not, like I said, we're not putting 2K down or anything like that. You know, we're not doing any of that. What we're trying to do is educate the fans on some of the things that current gamers are experiencing, not just with NBA 2K, but with WWE 2K games. The people who had my faction, we know. And I'm just like, I'm not spending money on that. But now that they've added the island, this can affect the creation suite as well. Because what if now, instead of just how in 2K24, you could just go in and grab whoever you wanted, or like the PC modders could create a version of a character. Now that's gone. So now I can't get like Darby Allin from AEW or my favorite AEW wrestler, Switchblade Jay White. I can't get that, because if they shut that down, that shuts down a lot of different content that was created based on that. Now, here's another thing here's a very good question that I would love to ask a 2K developer. This is a very important question.
What's up?
Your My Rise mode. We have not been able to take our My Rise characters and put them in universe mode. We've had to create separate versions of our character. So I have a My Rise version, and then I have a universe mode version. So if I wanted to take my Rise character and put him in universe mode, I would have to recreate him. I can't take my universe mode character and put him on the island, can I? So also, if I can't do that, can I not put my Rise character on the island? Do I have to have a separate character, 3 separate characters for universe mode, the island, and My Rise? Is that what we have to deal with? These are the questions that need to be asked for the gamers who are going to spend
Their
the
money.
consumers who are going to spend their hard-earned money on
Mm-hmm.
your product. 2K has a history of taking features away and bringing them back years later like it's new. But 2K also has reinvented the wheel so many times. So it's not to knock the company. But if I am a paying consumer, if I am a customer, if I am a supporter of what you're doing, if I'm spending my money on this content, on what you're building, are you going to ask me for more money after I've just spent the bare minimum price that you asked me to spend? That's what I'm concerned about, because I'm still going to do the giveaway, but
Oh, of course.
for fans who, and I'm not, and again, this is not knocking anybody, but we live in a bad economy and the prices of everything have gone up. For people who can't
Oh,
afford to enjoy the game, because let's just say, let's say I buy the game for Mark, right? Mark
okay.
has a Mark has a PS5. If Mark wants to enjoy the game, and he's getting the Dead Man edition, so obviously he'll get extra stuff on the side.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say he's already spent his amount of money. He might be in college, he might have a job, might be taking care of somebody or just himself, and he doesn't have the necessary money to spend to upgrade his character, but he still wants to enjoy the game at its full potential. Well, let's say that he's like an overall 67 or 70, and he
Mm-hmm.
gets in the ring in the island with a character, a player who's already a level 99. You can already tell how that match is going to go.
Womp, womp, womp.
He's going to have to fight extra hard just to win that match. Instead of just enjoying the game like it's supposed to be, you're
So you can
forcing.
still play the game without paying for stuff. It's pretty much
Right.
just
Yeah,
okay.
but you can do that, but you're going to get your ass handed to you a lot. It's just, okay, so listen. So, hold up.
Bless you.
Apologies. Sorry, I'm still kind of congested.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take NBA 2K.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me put this in terms you can understand. Let's say you're on a 5-on-5 game and you're playing a point guard.
Okay.
Point guards are supposed to be nimble. They're supposed to be fast.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you play the game and you start out overall 60.
Mm-hmm.
You're going up against players who are 97, 98, 99. That means your character is going to be completely slow in every department, and these characters are going to be fast.
I ain't winning shit.
You won't be able to score. You won't be able to pass the ball because your passes are not going to be accurate because you didn't spend the money to upgrade your character. So you're going to be trash, and there's going to be people in the voice chat calling you broke, calling you trash. I'm serious. I've seen this happen.
I'm listening to my godson play his damn Fortnite game, and those children are ruthless. I'm sitting there like, oh no, who are y'all talking to?
At
And
least
they're playing this Fortnite with their V-Bucks puts me broke.
But the V-Bucks don't grant abilities.
This one is just more for character, like
it's cosmetics.
Okay.
I'm talking about
like to upgrade your, like to level.
To level up.
Okay.
I'm talking about you get on the court and let's say you go up against one of these players that's on the screen with this build and you're a level 60, you're 30 levels below. That means you're going to be extremely slow. You're going to get dominated.
Got it.
You have no attributes that are going to help you. It's like basically it's the equivalent of putting a fourth grader up against LeBron James.
I was just about to say that's like putting Eva Marie in the ring with Rhea Ripley.
That's like putting Izzy Marino in the ring with Rhea Ripley.
Oh shit.
I'm trying to make this as so now do you understand what I'm trying to say now?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm not saying that you don't, but with Fortnite, it's not the same thing. That's not because my 10-year-old daughter
Mm-hmm.
can play Fortnite and get kills. But if they made it based on how 2K did, you would never have money on the amount of V-Bucks that you would have to spend.
To be able to actually go through the game.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you remember with Madden where you had to upgrade your arm power, your arm accuracy?
Yes.
Okay, so take that and let's say like if you're at let's say you start off at 65
Mm-hmm.
and you want to upgrade, you got to pay money if you don't already have the in-game currency. And that's just for one slot. And you have 45 different slots that you got to fill up. Yeah. So now that we're up to speed now, let's take a look at this. So because I don't want to actually go on a YouTube video and like play it and it like we get flagged or copywritten. But this is how it will look, and you'd have to pay certain VC. And if you don't have the VC, guess what you got to do?
You gonna pay.
And then when you play in the actual NBA games on your buy player, you don't get that much VC. Even if you have an A+ teammate grade, you don't get that much VC. They'll probably give you like 500. That ain't going. You can't even buy a hot dog with that shit. Now you don't have to pay for food in the game, but I'm just saying 500 VC is the equivalent of like me trying to buy a Jey Uso shirt and I have 45 pennies in my pocket.
No, I get that part. I remember the old wrestling games where you wanted to like buy different gear or unlock like different wrestlers. You'd have to pay for it, or you'd have to like play until you finally unlock it.
Yeah, so it's a lot of constant grinding that people they'll do, but they want to be rewarded for their efforts. So that's basically how I feel about it. Like it's people get fed up with this crap because
they want to enjoy the game.
They want to enjoy the game.
Okay.
We want to enjoy the game. We don't want to enjoy. We can't enjoy the game if we're fucking broke. Let's say, give you an example. Let's say somebody's like, yo, I'm going to order myself some wings and pizza and play 2K25. But let's say it's like their last bit of money and they see something that they want, but it costs the same amount of money that they would spend for the food. Now you got a decision to make, and that's not fair. So that's my take on it. I think if 2K25, if the WWE 2K games does this, if they go this same direction that NBA 2K has gone, it's going to be a very bad. It's going to be a very bad result.
But I mean, people are doing it anyway, so
I
it's
know.
a bad result because it's bad for whoever's playing it. But if they want to do what they're gonna do, they're going to pay for it.
And people are already complaining about features that we've been asking for that we still don't have. So, I actually got to run to. I got to go grab some tissue real quick. I'm gonna pass it off to you. Why don't you cover what happened on Raw, and I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Hello, everyone. So, Ron, we started off with the women's tag match. Damage Control versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. I don't know about y'all, but I really enjoyed that match. And I'm not being biased. Y'all more than welcome to tell me that I'm being biased. But Io and Liv Morgan have the best in-ring chemistry. Exactly, Trell. A banger match. And Liv Morgan, for the love of the game, man. For the love of the game, got busted up ugly on the side of her face. She actually just posted something about her black eye. Big old purple black eye. Dakota Kai was on one last night, on Monday night too, pulling up, just move after move. I love Raquel, and Raquel has a lot in her bag, and I feel like she's not pulling it out just yet. And I can't wait to see what more she does, especially single-wise. Right now, she's just working with Liv and Liv. So her match with Roxanne is going to be a little interesting. Homegirl, Texas girls, both in the ring, trying to make sure they get to the main event. Thank you, OTC. I miss Angel if she's, in X-Land. Hope she's having fun in South Korea. And, she's very much missed. Let's see. What else did we get to? So pretty much Damage Control won. That was the end of that match. We did get some interaction with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Lord Jesus. And come to find out now, after Elimination Chamber, Io's going to get her title match. So is that going to be her way of trying to get her championship going? Is she still going to try to get into Elimination Chamber? We don't know. Then let's talk about that Bayley and Lyra match. Now that one was crazy. And honestly, I thought Lyra was going to win, and I'm so happy that Bayley won. I'm very shocked and surprised that Roxanne did not interfere with that. So, and the fact that she was there in the audience, kind of just let it be. But Bayley won, and now she punched her ticket to Elimination Chamber. So far it looks pretty stacked. It's Bayley, Lexa, Liv. Who else am I missing? I feel like I'm missing someone. You back? You good?
No, I'm not good at all. Somebody told me you were bombing, so I was kidding. No, I'm kidding. Totally kidding.
I just finished up the women's match, and I went straight to Bayley and Lyra.
Dude, I fucking have made. I make things so complicated.
You always put me on the spot too. Like earlier, I was like, okay, cool, I'll do it. And then here I come late, and I was like, thank you, he's here.
Dude, I have so far right now, I have been like, so far, that's my thing, as either you're ready or you're not ready. So it's really up to you. And you, like I said, you always rise to the occasion. So, like I said, you and Angel are both amazing hosts. So we got it. Were you covering Raw, or did you shift?
I was on Raw.
Okay.
I had just finished talking about Liv, versus and Raquel versus Damage Control.
Liv got her shit cracked open.
She sure did. And she posted a picture and black and purple.
I love that girl, man, because she is.
For the love of the game.
I don't care. Like, see, people don't like her because they think she's an airhead or nothing like that. She's completely not. She's completely down for whatever. That's the type of person she is. And she's shown that she deserves way more than she's getting. and she's gotten a lot. And she's a workhorse. And I love the fact that she got busted open and she wore it like a badge of honor. A
And
lot
she
of
just
women,
kept going.
she kept going. Just
Mhm.
like I have so much respect for Liv Morgan as a competitor because I know that she busts her ass nightly. Not saying the other women on the roster don't, but she had to endure so many other problems that when she finally climbed out of like, not even, I won't even say the shadow, but just like bad booking, she became a star and she's a main event level talent. And from this point forward, she's going to continuously be a main event level talent. And then you
No,
have Logan.
just
And then
left-
what?
don't. We're not talking about Logan Paul. Don't do that.
What did I leave out?
You did it. You were about to go, and then we got Logan Paul. We're not gonna talk about
Yeah,
that.
then we have Logan Paul. Don't get me mad. Don't get me wrong. Logan Paul's an athletic dude, but
His in-ring ability for him just had starting out, like when he first started out, was amazing. But
yeah,
then it slowly was like, okay, are you full-time? Are you part-time? So he was part-time. Now he's trying to be full-time, but instead of letting him work for it, they're just handing it to him. Which is bullshit.
Yeah, man, I don't give a fuck who you are. You got to earn it.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't earn it. You
Exactly.
didn't earn the United States championship. You shouldn't have had the championship to begin with. But here we are. He shouldn't have been champion at all because I don't like champions who haven't earned the right to be part-time. Understand he was famous before he got here, but professional wrestling is a sacred business.
Which is
And
what the celebrity, the celebrity wrestlers. So, giving him his credit as coming in as a celebrity, a celebrity wrestler. Just like how we gave credit to Bad Bunny, we gave credit to Stephen Amell. We've had other, people, they do main events. Remember when Snooki came out? Who else came out?
oh God, don't get me started on that match. Listen, WrestleMania 27 is one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. There was only.
I remember that match. That match was the funniest and most best thing I've ever watched in my life. It was. Because I love Jersey Shore. Oh, here we go. Oh. You okay? I did. I love the Jersey Shore. And when she had her match, I thought it was hilarious. And she got to use her her cheerleading skills at the moment. He's about to ban me from my own show. When you get that face, that blank stare, it looks like you froze, but it's literally just you just staring at me with.
You said that Jersey, that the match between Snooki, Trish Stratus, and John Morrison against, I forgot who they even fucking wrestled. I think it was
Layla. Wasn't it
Lay Cool? And
yeah.
Who was it wasn't Santino, was it?
No,
it was.
Look, I know it was bad. I'm saying entertainment wise, like as someone,
man, that's garbage.
Someone that loved, Jersey Shore, loved Little Snooki, I enjoyed the match. I didn't say it was good. Man! Okay, but tell me why. Isn't that why they use the celebrity matches sometimes? Like, they're not gonna be good. Most of them.
About to say we've had some.
Oh no, and I've named a few already. Because I was excited when Stephen Amell came out versus Cody's, what's his name? what was his name again? I don't even remember.
Stardust.
Yeah, him.
Stardust. You don't remember when Cody Rhodes was
Nope,
Stardust?
because I didn't like Stardust.
You know, I think everybody, including Cody Rhodes, would like to forget that. Matter of fact, we're gonna just start this. We're gonna start this this thing where Cody Rhodes and Stardust are not the same person.
They're not. It was so weird seeing him, like the way he act. Like if you think about when he first started to that point to now, it's like the in between part needs to just be erased from history. He's doing that Frozen thing again.
If I ever interview Cody Rhodes, I'm going to say, so why did you leave the company in 2014 and not come back till 2022? Just to figure it out, ask him.
That's what you're gonna. What do you think he'll say?
Well, I don't remember. You were not. I don't remember seeing the name Cody Rhodes in 2015, 2016. Didn't see Cody Rhodes. So you must have been released with the company. If I ever get Cody Rhodes on the show, we'll just know.
Probably
If we get Cody Rhodes on the show ever, Stardust is not to be mentioned, and Stardust does not exist. They're two different people.
No, that we can agree on.
We'll be like, oh, I was Stardust. If he says, oh, I was Stardust, we're gonna say, no, you weren't.
Who?
No, you weren't.
All I'm gonna remember to be like the guy that did this. That's all I remember, and that he fought Stephen Amell.
I'm like that. That was somebody. That was not you. Clearly, that was not you. We are trying to move past this point in time.
The more we talk about it, the more I'm remembering this damn character and all his horrible face makeup.
I feel so bad. Anyway, so obviously Logan Paul's in the Elimination Chamber. I don't know why I put it in But we did get some great news yesterday, which this is something I got really excited for. We were actually live when this happened.
Yes, we were when we got
absolute Ricky Starks is at NXT, and I couldn't be any happier. Miro, obviously, and Malachi Black, which we know him as Aleister Black or Tommy End, they were out of their AEW contracts, and I believe all three of them are coming to WWE. So hopefully Miro comes back as Rusev. I would like him to, just because Rusev was supremely over in 2018 under Rusev Day with Aiden English, but I don't get, that was like one of those Vince booking decisions where I didn't understand why they didn't pull the trigger on it.
I think he was just trying to figure out what to do with him, and he didn't know, or he just wasn't trying to.
Floyd Mayweather versus The Big Show is a great celebrity match. I was there for that.
He knocked the shit out of him.
Yo,
even Big Show says like he like legit like clink.
More than once, because he did it at the No Way Out and he broke his nose.
Yeah.
Floyd was only supposed to punch him once, but this motherfucker threw a combo. And I'm like, oh,
I remember that.
Because I remember I'm like, Floyd, they go, oh, it happened so quick. Because it was like
he was quick with it. And that's what he gets though. He's like, come to my level, pop, pop.
He was like, and I'm like, oh. And then when he got out of there, I'm like, oh yeah, he's gonna if he grabs Floyd, it's over. If he grabs Floyd, it's over. He broke his nose. That lets you know.
He could have squashed him though.
He could have squashed him if he grabbed him, but Once you came down to Floyd's level,
It was over though. He did.
It's-
He came to his level and he regretted it. I know he did.
I would never, ever, under any circumstance, even if I'm taller than a professional fighter, a combat fighter, I would never get on one knee if I'm 7 foot tall and dare them to punch me. I know it was part of the show.
Of course.
I wouldn't agree. I wouldn't agree to that.
Uh-uh.
Because your face is not trained to take pain like theirs is. There's a certain level of pain. Wrestlers, their bodies are trained to take pain way longer than combat fighters, obviously, because they do it 200 to 300 days a year. And fighters, some fighters can fight once a year, but it takes them like months and months to train for an upcoming fight. So the fact Floyd was able to take bumps in the ring, my respect for him skyrocketed. Because you would have never seen Manny Pacquiao do that. You would have never seen Miguel Cotto, Shane Mosley, Conor McGregor. None of them would have done that. And Floyd did. So when Floyd says he's the GOAT, that pretty much that pretty much seals it right there. I don't want to hear people say, and another thing is that because we're talking about boxing, I don't consider myself a boxing expert, but I've been watching boxing all my life. Big fan of boxing. You hear the same thing with Floyd. Oh, he ran, and he's running and hugging. There's no such thing. He's a defensive fighter, and the main rule in boxing is to protect yourself at all times. It's what the referee says before every fight. He cherry-picked his fighters. He beat the most world champions. There's no fighter who would...
Also a strategy. You're tiring them out. They're coming at you with everything, and you're just doing what you got to do.
He beat 26 world champions. 26. Also, he cherry-picks his opponents. He waited till Pacquiao was out of his prime to fight him. Floyd Mayweather is older than Manny Pacquiao. So how did he pick him when he was out of his prime? What happened was, and we'll move on, because I want to talk a little bit more about Ricky Starks. And I want to get your thoughts. I want to get your thoughts on Ricky Starks. So in 2009, Floyd and Pacquiao were supposed to fight, because Pacquiao had got busted, he had got popped for doping. Floyd was like, "You need to take Olympic style testing. We'll both do it." And that testing would have shown that he had steroids, that Pacquiao was on steroids. Pacquiao didn't want to do it. So the fight was called off, and I think they tried to revisit it in 2012, and it didn't happen. So they didn't end up fighting until 2015. But by that time, Pacquiao had been knocked out by Juan Manuel Marquez, and Floyd had gone on and beaten pretty much everybody. Pacquiao was the last one left. Floyd tried to make sure that he didn't get in with a dirty fighter, because Antonio Margarito had called out Floyd Mayweather to fight, and Margarito was busted by the boxing committee for having plaster on his gloves. And plaster basically makes your gloves feel like concrete.
Well,
Which
it hardens up. Yeah.
Right. And when he fought Miguel Cotto, Cotto's face looked like it went through a meat grinder. And Cotto had, during the face-off for their second fight, Cotto had found a picture of the wraps that were torn. It wasn't torn, but it had a bust. It had like the plaster on it, and he had gotten a picture of it, and he had made it big for Margarito to see, and Margarito instantly got extremely defensive and was like, "Oh, whatever, blah blah blah. I didn't cheat, blah blah blah." Anybody's hands are supposed to just have gauze on them. That's it. That's it. You're not supposed to have anything on your knuckles except just gauze. What was that additional substance on your knuckles?
Can't explain that, right?
So they fought again, and Antonio Margarito, after they basically said, listen, you do that, you're banned. He fought Cotto. Cotto got his revenge. He beat the shit out of Margarito. Then Margarito tried to fight Pacquiao and tried to pull the same thing. They was like, nope, don't try that shit. We'll ban you. Pacquiao gets in the ring with him, and he destroys him so bad. Pacquiao's looking at the ref like, are you going to stop this fight, or do I have to fucking kill him? And eventually, you know, obviously, once he had gotten the surgery on his eye, because Margarito's eye was really fucked up, so he had to go to a clinic in New York to get surgery because the fight was in Madison Square Garden. I'm such a nerd. I there's just stuff that I just know.
I'm pretty sure I watched these, but I don't remember them. And you, my encyclopedia, and I'm just like, let me just refresh my memory.
I need to stop talking.
No, I can sit here and listen to you talk you random facts all day.
So Pacquiao busts up Margarito, and then that pretty much is the end of Margarito till he fights Shane Mosley, and then Shane knocks his eye loose, and this happens.
That was it. Yeah.
And that was pretty much it for Antonio Margarito, which I'm so disappointed because Margarito had the pedigree of a great fighter. You know, his nickname was the Tijuana Tornado. And down in Tijuana, fighting is religion to them. So knowing this information, we have to also have to point out the fact that Logan Paul shouldn't be in the fucking Elimination Chamber. So I wanted to bring back that point exactly because I know Undertaker had said if he takes it seriously, he could be WWE champion. The day that Logan Paul becomes WWE champion,
if he puts in the work, and it should be further down the line, like way further down the line.
Earn it. I get that you're popular because you did, the stuff that you did, but you can't. But even Kenny Omega said it, like, you can't step foot in Japan for many reasons. And you can't don't even get me started on that. You can't step foot in Japan. Now, I am not questioning his ability, but I don't feel like he actually loves this the way he says he does. Because if you actually loved it, you wouldn't be trying to fight your brother.
Oh, God, please don't.
Nobody's watching that fight because you guys really aren't going to hurt each other. Yeah, I guess they had that fight scheduled for whatever, whether it is or it's not.
I thought that was just them rumor, trying to get publicity. That was gonna be a real fight.
Nobody's watching.
I'm asking this question.
Oh, so from what I know, they're trying to schedule it, but it's not going to happen. Who would fight their own brother in the boxing ring?
Clearly the Paul brothers.
They're going to try to scam you guys out of money, but I think that they smartened up. They smartened up and realized, nobody's going to pay money to see us fight.
No. So. I'm going in the comments real quick. Hey,
Amy.
Yes, he did look happy. Even Jade came out of, her little retirement and was happy for him. And yes, we all do enjoy Encyclopedia when the Encyclopedia comes out.
I wouldn't even call it that. It's just I just remember.
That's how I call it.
I appreciate it. So let me get let's get your thoughts on it. So Ricky Starks, we don't know if he's going by the name Ricky Starks or not, but like so far, where I'm drawing the line is he will have the nickname Absolute. So
Okay.
people say he's going to go under the name Trill London because that person hasn't identified themselves yet. What do you? I would prefer if he kept his original name, but if there's licensing issues with AEW, obviously.
We
What
are
are your
gonna
thoughts?
cache the database is top tier.
Whatever, man. Thanks, Monty. Go ahead and ask
Given
us some
his
stuff.
names, I don't watch AEW like that. You know that. So I don't really know him. The way that everyone popped because he's coming to NXT, I was like, okay, this means it's gonna be good. That means he's made such an impact in AEW that now that he's coming down to NXT, not main roster, NXT, that everyone's gonna be tuning in even more to NXT more than what they already do. So the men, it seems like they're gonna start building the men's side of NXT now that they're, the women's is so stacked. So they're trying to compare it because right now it's
yeah, the no disrespect to the men, but the
no,
women
and they're
have
doing
been
amazing
carrying
downward.
the women's division in NXT is destroying even the main roster. And I'm talking about great stories. The women look great. I won't say destroying, but they're giving the main roster trouble.
Yes,
And I mean the women's division alone is beating AEW in the ratings. But as speaking of AEW, Ricky Starks made his splash in AEW because a lot of the fans compared him to a young version of The Rock. So if you look at The Rock back in his younger days when he was transitioning from Nation of Domination Rock into corporate Rock, there was a continuum shift and the momentum of what he had going into it was what won the fans over. Ricky Starks in AEW had that same pedigree so much that he's such a relatable character because he, much like Damian Priest, was homeless at one point, living out of his car, living on a dream of wrestling. And,
did we have to do?
he did what he had to do. And Ricky, he's an absolute beast on the microphone. If this is your first time listening to Ricky Starks, I recommend you type in some of like Ricky Starks promos.
I have
and
homework.
just like his promo with MJF, even the one his promo with Edge that went off the rails, Adam Cope, that went off the rails because they were shooting on each other. And for some reason, like Edge was just being a complete asshole to Ricky Starks because Bryan Danielson's in the ring, Ricky Starks is in the ring, and Cope is in the ring. He's always going to be Edge to me.
We don't rated our Cope over here. No.
I'm going to call him Cope because that's out of respect.
I'm not. That's fine. That's his.
So basically, he had told him, "Hey," Ricky Starks had said, "Hey, don't look at me with those bug eyes." Just something he said to Cope, and Cope just like tears him down like you called him a vanilla midget. Said that he looked like a dollar store version of The Rock, or he took it from MJF called him a dollar store version of The Rock, and Cope said that Ricky took his style from The Rock. He called him a dumbass, and he said, "Shut your mouth and talk to him. Don't talk to me." And I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
A little personal. Oh, okay.
And then Ricky, without missing a beat, he goes, "Wow, that really sent me over the edge."
He just needed to add his little razzle dazzle.
I'm like, no, because Cope earned that because you didn't have to come at Ricky like that. Like it's just like you didn't have to go at Ricky. That's the thing is that a lot of people who go at Ricky Starks, they get cooked. That's not even Ricky's like I said, his best promo. He can draw emotion from a crowd. When he talks, you listen because he has a very respectable backstory and he can grab you. And even his pose, like when he's I found myself doing his pose a lot.
I was just gonna say, is that what it was?
Look at Ricky Stark's entrance, man. That man is.
So okay, I'm excited to see him in NXT. I'm really serious though. Once you like broke the news, I was like, I've been hearing his name for like the past few days, and then we're live last night, and you're like, hold the fuck up, like Ricky Starks.
Yeah, I've been wanting Ricky Starks in WWE for a long time, and the AEW is so petty. Well, WWE and AEW, they're all petty to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Starks is great friends with Cody Rhodes. So much that he was at WrestleMania 40 when Cody won. So he was there for his friend. AEW held an Owen Hart, the Owen Hart Memorial Cup. And I believe in the finals, it was CM Punk versus Ricky Starks, which Ricky Starks beat CM Punk. What's foul about that?
How are they gonna? I mean, not foul, I should say, because they don't really acknowledge it here in WWE like that.
So the reason why, well, hold on, before you say that, AEW got permission from Owen's wife Martha to honor him. That's why they had the Owen Hart Cup tournament. Also, remember, one of Owen's best friends before he had passed away was Jeff Jarrett. And I had said, in the Pro Wrestling Butterfly Effects that the death of Owen Hart led to the creation of AEW and TNA. The reason being, Jeff Jarrett had held up. Listen, let me paint this picture. Y'all want to talk about a database? Let me
go ahead.
So Jeff Jarrett's father is Jerry Jarrett, which I had talked about on the Culture Clash Network's Cards and Conversations. Did I talk? No. Did I talk about that?
No.
Where did I talk about that? I brought it up somewhere. Where did I swear to God. It was either
last night though.
Sports for You. Sports for You. It was on Sports for You.
I was like, that makes more sense.
I think it was on Sports for You. But I talked about it in the Spaces. But I think I had brought up Jeff Jarrett before on Sports for You. If I didn't, forgive me. But I think it was in the Spaces. But I've talked about wrestling so much, I forget. I forget more wrestling than people have remembered. But the Jarretts have been around since 1964. So Jerry Jarrett was the booker. He was a promoter. And Jeff Jarrett was going to be the star of the promotion, which, let me break it down. Jeff was going to be the next big thing based on how his dad was booking the territory, because Tennessee was Lawler and Jarrett territory. But then you had Cornette, who was down there as Jim Cornette, who was down in like the Kentucky area, Ohio Valley Wrestling, later on down the line. When that happened, Stone Cold Steve Austin, who wasn't Stone Cold Steve Austin back then, Stunning Steve Williams, he was down there as, but get this, kind of like enhancement talent to Jeff Jarrett. When he had went to ECW after being fired from WCW, this is Stunning Steve Williams, he made a pitch to Paul Heyman for a character which was mocking all of WCW's power players. Vince McMahon saw this and brought him on, and then he made his WrestleMania debut at WrestleMania 12 as the ringmaster. He wasn't called Stone Cold Steve Austin, wasn't none of that. By WrestleMania 13, we had Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold becomes champion WrestleMania 14, and then shortly down the line, Jeff Jarrett starts to make his way, and then in Jeff Jarrett's promo, he calls out Stone Cold Steve Austin. because of their history with each other back at his dad's promotion. So then after Jarrett gets to No Mercy, he's the Intercontinental Champion. Cleveland, Ohio, No Mercy, 1999. Jeff Jarrett is about to leave WWF or WCW. Vince doesn't have a problem with this, but the problem is at this time, Jeff Jarrett is the Intercontinental Champion. So he was held up. He was holding up Vince for money. And that money that he wanted, they offered him $150,000. Jarrett wanted to double it to $300,000. If they didn't meet Jarrett's demands, the housekeeping match between Jeff Jarrett and Chyna wasn't going to happen. So had that not happened, Chyna wouldn't be Intercontinental Champion. She wouldn't be the only woman to hold the Intercontinental Championship. So Vince finally gave in. He gave Jarrett the $300,000. Jarrett put that money to the side. He goes to WCW, but before that, he drops the title to Chyna. No problem. Goes to WCW. Lawsuit that I had mentioned in which WWF had bought it. They had sued WCW, but they had got access to their library and the settlement. They bought out. WCW. But let's take a step back. During 1999, the No Mercy pay-per-view happened in October. Before that, Owen Hart had died in May of 1999. And him and Jeff Jarrett were friends during that time. Jarrett even cut a promo saying, "Owen, I'm praying for you, man," at the Over the Edge pay-per-view in Kansas City, Missouri of that time. Stay with me here, people. So look at where this is all going. So we get to No Mercy. Jarrett's already frustrated because obviously his best friend is gone. Nothing's really being done to honor him. He leaves and goes to WCW. The $300,000 that was used was put off on the side. That actually funded Global Force Wrestling, which then in turn moved into the NWA wrestling territory because they had guys like AJ Styles, K-Quick, R-Truth down there, the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels. That was used to form, that money was used to form TNA. TNA Impact was created because of that. So then we fast forward later down the line. AJ Styles ends up joining the Bullet Club because of his TNA connections and because Jarrett pretty much was kind of Jarrett was the booker down in TNA. Believe it or not, Jeff Jarrett was the booker down in TNA when he was helping write the shows with Vince Russo and Jim Cornette, all those guys. Jeff Jarrett gets into Bullet Club via AJ Styles as kind of like an exchange. Once that information was passed, because of that, Jeff Jarrett got introduced to the Young Bucks, and then Tony Khan comes into the mix because he had seen the match between Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega at the Wrestle Kingdom in 2018, and I believe it was 2018, and that's how he decided to get in contact with those people. And on top of that, Cody Rhodes was already popular with the Young Bucks because he had joined Bullet Club as well, coming over from TNA after he had left. And then with all that being said, Tony Khan decides, hey, after the All In pay-per-view or All-In event that had happened based on the Dave Meltzer tweet to Cody Rhodes, where they couldn't sell out Madison Square Garden, AEW was created. But when I say Jeff Jarrett is responsible for the creation of AEW, he's one of their hands in it. But Owen Hart's death literally
is what led to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so that makes sense why they did what they did. But again, I still say, though, because the fact that yes, they did it because that's his friend, but WWE still don't even really do much for him, and he was part of it.
Well, if you ask Martha on Dark Side of the Ring, she doesn't want nothing to do with WWE because
of what happened.
Because what happened? They're the reason her husband's dead. Mark Henry, during his Hall of Fame speech, was like, begging and pleading for them to let him induct him in the Hall of Fame. Well, here's the thing. Jarrett was keeping in contact with Martha because that was his best friend. And I'm sure they were taking care of her on the side. So that's why it was okay for AEW to do it.
Do what they did.
Because AEW wasn't responsible for the death of Owen Hart. They didn't exist. And even if they did during that time, they wouldn't have tried none of the stuff that led to it. The fact of the matter is that Owen was supposed to be the game, not Triple H, but he was punished for being, in my opinion, and I'm not saying that this is a fact. I believe that the Montreal screw job, which left a bad taste in the mouth of Vince McMahon from Bret Hart, is the reason why Owen Hart was probably punished as being the Blue Blazer. I think. Yeah. Yep.
I mean,
Martha
I probably
basically
do the same. It's just,
yeah, he'll never get mentioned. It is what it is, and like I said, it's a fucked up situation the way that I look at it, but that's where we're at with it. And Ricky Starks being the guy that he is, he's put on so many great matches, so many great performances, so many great promos that AEW basically was upset that. And another thing, the Chris Van Vliet interview was ultimately what led to AEW doing Ricky Starks bad. Ricky Starks was supposed to be doing the bookings in GCW. He was pulled from him by AEW. They were basically paying him to stay home. They wouldn't use him on TV. And Ricky said, "I'm not injured. I'm waiting to be used." And I think it was because he just didn't tolerate their BS over there, and he supported Cody. And I guess people were upset about it because he even said, "Hey, you probably shouldn't have done that. Probably shouldn't have went and supported his friend." Really? And
even if that, no one really knew he was there. And if they did, that's publicity for your brand.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's okay for wrestlers to show up at rival promotions to support their friends. Mm-hmm. Naomi and Bailey were there to support Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha.
I remember when they disguised themselves. I remember.
Right. That. So then it got leaked that they were there. Did WWE, TNA ish punish them? No. So
that's just petty on the petty side.
Now, has WWE done it before? Oh yeah, of course. There was a wrestler who, I forget his name, but he was on TNA, and then like the cameras had showed him, and like, hey, he's from WWE, and then he was released shortly after. You know, Tony Khan is just selfish, honestly. Like, he's really fucking selfish.
That shit, yeah.
He's selfish, and not saying that Vince wasn't as well, but at least. I'll say this. Vince respected people who stood on business. Rory from the Highlanders. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for knowing who I was talking about. I could not get his name. So while I may be like an encyclopedia, there are some wrestlers that I do forget. I'm human. I'm not a know-it-all. But I'm sorry. What else did you want to talk
about? I mean, we kind of jumped. We went from like a match at Raw to half a match at Raw. We went to Ricky Stark. Then we started talking about Logan Paul and boxing. How about
this is pretty. Get back to what?
How we go to Elimination Chamber? How we get back to that?
Well, we just go straight to it. So, also, so for the Elimination Chamber, who do you think is going to win the Elimination Chamber? Because I have my pick.
Oh, right now, it's looking pretty stacked. Women-wise, I think the men's are still working on it. I mean, John Cena. I really do hope John Cena wins the Elimination Chamber. Whoever else is in there. And
I don't think he's going to win it. I think it's
no?
going to be CM Punk. I think it's going to be CM Punk.
So you think CM Punk's going to qualify?
He's already qualified.
Oh, shit. That's right. See, let me have my blonde moment. My
He
one
beat Sami
blonde.
Zayn. So,
That's correct. You are correct. And I was there to see it. Oh, my goodness.
That's crazy. You were there and you don't even remember.
There. I was too focused on what happened after that.
Yeah, because you were gooning.
I was gooning.
Were you gooning?
I gooned. I was like, I've seen him wrestle twice in my lifetime in person.
Every time that I've been to a WWE event, Kevin Owens has been there. Since he's been signed, every event I went to, he's there. I'm
Really?
like Kevin Owens. Yep. And AJ Styles. So
I was
basically,
so mad. Well, not mad, sad that he wasn't there that Monday. But I'm kind of happy that he's on Raw instead of on SmackDown.
yeah.
And I'm excited to see where they go with this, where they're trying to have him against Braun, against Dominic. That was going to be interesting. Who else did he was? Who was the third one? There was another interaction, and I don't remember who it was.
I forget my. I didn't watch Raw Monday. I was completely out of it. So, I missed it.
There was a third interaction, and someone was saying on the TL the other day about a fatal four-way for the IC.
Would it have been Kaiser?
Yes, you're correct.
Okay.
Yes.
That was an educated guess. Anyway, so
No, it was him.
For the qualifiers right now that we have are Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, John Cena, and CM Punk. We already know Seth Rollins is going to qualify, so I'm not really worried about Seth Rollins unless Roman shows up and costs him.
That would be insane.
But I think Roman is going to show up at Elimination Chamber
and cause this damage. Yeah, I don't think he'll cost him. It's going to be more that day because I don't see Finn. Their Finn's storyline is not really. He's in a losing streak right now, and he's not going to gain any wins anytime soon.
Well, I got CM Punk winning this. Who do you think, besides Seth Rollins, who do you think is going to be the sixth person?
Oh, who was in the other match? It's the Seth Rollins, Finn Balor, and then what's the other qualifying match?
Let me see.
I am not paying nothing this week or last week. I'm horrible.
I don't think they announced what the other qualifying match would be because it would have been
unless they give it to AJ.
Promoted. It could be AJ. It could be Braun Breaker. I wouldn't mind Jacob Fatu getting a qualify.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't, but then again, it's like
but from just randomly?
Yeah, randomly, probably not, but I wish Bronson Reed was back. He would be a great fit for it. I don't know. I'll say Sheamus is a good pick. Penta would be a good pick in my opinion. I don't know.
They're gonna they'll probably have some random qualifying match then, right?
Mm-hmm. Sami Zayn is out of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Jimmy's out.
I feel like I'm getting someone. It could be anybody.
Alec, no, he's out already too. Oh no, I feel like it's gonna be AJ, and you're completely frozen. The Wyatt Six have taken over our podcast, you guys. Oh, Ilya? No, I don't think it's gonna be Ilya either. So my takes is gonna be
Unless
either
clear.
AJ Styles. Somehow they're gonna bring Penta in, and definitely, yeah, it's gonna be either two. And I think if they're gonna give it to Jacob, it's gonna be some weird random way.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I don't either. I mean, it would be nice to see in the chamber because he killed everybody. Literally. What did you do to the Wyatt Six that they keep continuously messing up with your feed? Speaking of the Wyatt Six, do you guys think in the chat here, do you guys think that Alexa Bliss and them are gonna, somehow bump into each other on SmackDown? They're gonna randomly do a story with them, or
that could work. That definitely could work. So what about the
women?
oh, sorry, it's not true. What? Yeah, the women. So right now we have, speaking of Alexa Bliss, I have Bianca winning this one. So we got Bailey, Liv, Alexa, and Bianca Belair, unless Jade Cargill costs Bianca this match.
She needs to come back. She's been a little active on the TL. She's being a little more. So
I would have Roxanne Perez. I put Roxanne Perez in this match.
Yeah, I don't. As much as I love Raquel, I really don't want Raquel to win. I would really love to see Roxanne and that, win, and this starts her push, into the main roster, especially on how good she did in the Rumble. But again, I'm excited for that match. Like I was saying earlier, I think that's where we cut off. We got two Texas born, Texas bred in the ring, and they're gonna do some damage.
So you want Jade and Roxanne Perez? You said two Texas, but what two Texas women are you talking about? Roxanne and who else?
I'm talking about Roxanne and Raquel for their qualifying match. Why are you making that face? Why are you making that face? Dime. Words.
Inocente. Habla inocente.
I hate you. Why are you?
Roxanne Perez versus Raquel Rodriguez.
I know it's a squash match. I know it's going to happen. Raquel's going to win somehow to help Liv. We know this. I'm saying I want Roxanne to win. After when she pulled yesterday at NXT, the mind games.
Yeah.
Like, she's going to do amazing up in the main roster.
She is. My thing is that I think Roxanne Perez should pin some of the women in this match to establish how big of a threat she is. But again, you got Bianca Belair in there. You got Bailey in there. If she pins Bailey, that could work.
That would fuel their feud. Definitely.
Right. That would make sense. But I just...
she's still guilty. I said it.
Oh.
She's guilty.
She's not. She's guilty until proven innocent.
And I'll leave it like that.
Yeah, Roxanne is not losing with the way they built her up in NXT. And the way that they built her at the Royal Rumble.
Exactly. But again, that the Hanas are gonna represent.
So Roxanne she had, I don't know, like here's the thing. Like, I had a looking at her and I'm like, she didn't have that smile that she had the first time she debuted at the Rumble. She had that I'm better than you and I'm gonna last till the final two. I was so surprised that she made it that far. But then again, I wasn't.
Either, to be honest with you, and I'm so, like I said, I was very proud of her that she made it that far. Shit, I thought she was gonna win at one point. And here comes Charlotte Flair. You know what? I want to get into that.
Go ahead.
Why are they having these champions beg this, can't even say it. Charlotte Flair is Charlotte Flair. Whatever, she's the queen. But she just got back from injury. Yes, she won the Royal Rumble. But why are you making your champions beg for a match at WrestleMania when they're already guaranteed a match at WrestleMania?
Let me ask you a question.
And then if it's out of character, and I don't like her character, why is Rhea Ripley begging? Why?
She's obsessed.
I mean, Tiffany I didn't feel like she was begging. She was more like, I want to fight you so I can prove that I'm better than you, that I'm not you. That's what I got from Tiffany, and I don't like Tiffany. Y'all, I've expressed this. But Rhea in the ring was begging. Like, she could have, all that was missing was she was begging on her knees, pleading for her to choose her.
But it's like you already beat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania for
exactly.
a champion.
So why are you begging?
Okay, so then here's the thing. Are we going to keep that same energy with Seth Rollins?
That is a good question.
Because if you remember, Cody won the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
What did Seth Rollins say?
Choose
Pick
me.
me.
Pick me.
The same way Rhea did, right?
It gave me more pathetic, though. And Rollins didn't give me pathetic.
Rollins ran down his history of his he brought his father into the equation. We're not keeping the same energy here.
I'm
Vanessa.
not. I don't know. I just don't feel
Rollins begged Cody, wrestle me for the working man's championship at WrestleMania 40. He said,
I do remember that.
He said, if you want to have someone who's going to give you the fight of your life, I want you to pick me. You should pick me because just like your father, who was a working man, this belt represents everything your father worked for. And I hold it. And we've already wrestled each other 3 times. Let's do it a 4th time for a championship this time at WrestleMania.
I get it. And I feel like it's just more because of who Rhea is. Again, if you guys know, I don't care for her. K-Fab character. I don't at all. But I don't.
Did you say K-Fab?
K-Fab.
K-Fab?
Yes.
K-Fab. No, I'm going. I you know what? I've been giving you a hard time for
You've been giving me a hard time for like 2 weeks now.
I'm sorry. You know what? I apologize because you've been so sweet to me, and I've been so. You've been so sweet to me, so I apologize.
I'm so sweet to you. I stress you out half the time.
Don't even get me started.
That's exactly why you give me a hard time, because I stress you out.
It's equal playing field. But go ahead. I'm gonna let you take the lead on this one.
No, but I don't see her character begging, and so I feel like that's what's getting me. Why is she begging? because again,
Well,
Tiffany gave me like she begged, but it was more of a beg like they're comparing me to you, and I want to prove to you that I'm better than you. Like she said, I am the only Tiffany Stratton. I am not Charlotte Flair. Little, understudy.
a part of me almost wants to see Rhea versus Charlotte at WrestleMania a third time, just for when Charlotte wins. The Rhea fans will crash out the same.
Oh man.
They will crash out the same way Liv Dom did when Liv lost at the Netflix debut episode.
Whoa, wrong one. She's exactly. It's the dominance that's making like I don't. It didn't feel right to me.
Wasn't Seth a dominant champion when he begged Cody?
He was. And again, I state though, I think it's just because of the way I see her, the way I see her and who she is. To see her beg on national television, in person, was like.
I'm just supporting it that you had a bigger star in Seth Rollins begging Cody Rhodes. Let's just keep it a buck.
That says a lot how I feel about her, I guess.
I mean, she's built as a force of nature. Yeah, until she actually runs into a force of nature.
Force of nature.
Because Bianca Belair.
It could really just be that I want to see Charlotte and Tiffany go at it.
That's going to happen. It's going to happen. But Bianca is a better athlete than Rhea, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And she's stronger than Rhea.
1,000% agree.
I've never really seen Rhea have Nia Jax or Piper Niven on her shoulders like I've seen Bianca do.
Did you see that picture that was floating around the TL about mid-card and like top players, and they had Bianca in a mid-card section?
Well, I find that funny because she's now a tag team wrestler, so they kind of have to put her there by default, but she's not a mid-card wrestler.
I took that personal. I was like, she is not mid for shit. Like
no, because if anything, I think the reason why she hasn't really been obviously in the main event scene is because of the tag team division needs star power. Mm-hmm. And she's really the only person besides Liv who can bring some legitimate star power to the division. And she's been built as this unstoppable force when it comes to tag team wrestling. She's also pinned everybody that there is to pin on the roster, I think, outside of Charlotte Flair.
Oh, wait, that was her last one, though, right? Out of the all four? She's the last one she needs?
Mm-hmm. Because I'm trying to think of who all beat all of the four horsewomen at WrestleMania. I'm trying to think. There's gotta be. I think Bianca would be the only one who would have done it, unless I'm forgetting somebody. After she beat Charlotte Flair, she would be the only person who would have beaten all four of the four horsewomen at WrestleMania. I'm trying to think of who else. There could be. There ain't nobody else.
I don't think there's anyone else.
Rhea won't get that. Rhea won't get that honor because even if she beats Bayley, she still has Sasha left.
Yeah, and then she's not coming back. She stated very soon, anytime soon. So yeah, I would do something where I'd have Bianca Belair like the four horsewomen killer. Like she has that has potential in itself. That writes itself.
So she hasn't beaten Bayley at WrestleMania though.
that also has potential in itself because of how she feels about Bailey.
But
right now she's having her feud with Roxanne, so that would probably be like
so she's beaten Becky, she's beaten Sasha. There's still Bailey and Charlotte left. So she's beaten Bailey before, but not at a WrestleMania.
Okay, so WrestleMania, right? She's only done 2 out of the 4.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's Sasha and Becky, but she did have a feud with Bailey right after Sasha, and then in the middle of that, he revisited that feud after she defeated Becky. So there's that. But so far, Bianca's wins at WrestleMania would be Sasha, because she debuted at WrestleMania 36, by the way. Not her official debut, but her WrestleMania debut was 2020. No. When she helped the Street Profits when they were being attacked by Zelina Vega and Angel Garza.
Those goddesses.
Yeah. So 37 was Sasha, 38 was Becky, 39 was Asuka, and then 40 obviously was Damage Control. So, we if we're counting big 4 PLEs, then Charlotte's the only one left. But if we're
just WrestleMania,
Charlotte's the only one left. It is what it is.
That feud would be a lot better than what we're getting.
Mm-hmm. So, what time is it? It's about 9:03. You got any closing statements before we wrap up tonight?
No. Honestly, at this point, since we got Jey Uso made his choice. He chose
Gunther at WrestleMania.
For Gunther. So now we're waiting for Charlotte. And how long is she gonna play off this? I'm gonna choose you, and I'm gonna choose you, or do you deserve me kind of play, or is she gonna decide on Friday? But clearly, Nia Jax also has a different plan.
So I have a problem with something that some people said, because I was in the spaces, and in the spaces, people were trying to say that Jey Uso, which the IWC is trying to say that Jey Uso is one of the worst Royal Rumble winners because should have went to see. These people don't know what they're talking about. This is all opinionated though. But how could Jey Uso be the worst wrestler if he's the highest merchandise seller and he is the most over? And I argued that because he's wrestled Gunther 3 times and he's lost.
That don't mean anything. How many times have other wrestlers lost to big stars to keep them up?
Well, here's what I was saying. You got a point. My thing is, there's no story there. There is a story there. It's an underdog story. Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston. Does this make any sense to you? Everybody loves a good underdog story. It's the perfect underdog story. They're upset because they think Cena should challenge Gunther, which is fine, but it doesn't have to be
that would have been a great story, but
right. It doesn't have to be at WrestleMania, because then once Cena wins, what's the story? It's his farewell tour, right? We're going to be, once he loses, that's it.
So then if John Cena loses, is John Cena a bad wrestler?
Not even that, but I argued that if you're going to use that logic, then Shinsuke Nakamura and Asuka are the worst Royal Rumble winners as well. Because Asuka lost multiple times to Carmella in 2017. Shinsuke Nakamura lost multiple times to Jinder Mahal in 2017. What are we doing here?
But again, if we're doing the losses by their wrestling ability, what? You jumped.
Go ahead, just go.
Oh, for the wrestling ability, then half of the roster on SmackDown and Raw, they're horrible wrestlers. The whole point.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. It wasn't 2017. It was 2018. I'm sorry for Asuka. I'm sorry.
No.
Because I was like, wait a minute.
That's why you jumped.
I'm
That's why I was like, you jumped for a reason.
I was like, wait a minute, because something wasn't adding up, because she was undefeated until she wrestled Charlotte Flair, because the timeline wasn't at. So I'm like, wait, it has to be. I'm like, I was a year off. So it was 2018. But for Nakamura, it was 2017.
Okay.
So that, but again, if you're an underdog wrestler, you have to lose a few times.
To be...
Like, how many times did Daniel Bryan lose to Randy Orton before he got his big WrestleMania moment?
But that's the point, because once he finally won at WrestleMania, his career took off.
Right. And then it was cut short.
Yeah.
And then Kofi had the same thing happen. He kept losing to Daniel Bryan. Matter of fact, Daniel Bryan lost to Randy Orton at Elimination Chamber 2014 in an Elimination Chamber match before they basically had to hold up the WWE audience on Raw, that March 10th episode in Memphis, Tennessee, to get the match where he'd have to pull double duty. Flashback to 2019, Kofi Kingston loses at Elimination Chamber 2019, and the New Day had to go through a gauntlet to get him a WWE title opportunity after he had lost to Daniel Bryan. It's the same story. Gunther beat Jay multiple times, and on the fourth time, Jay's going to win, even if it's the same story. So when you say that there's not a story, you're wrong, because you don't know what.
And I don't know if they want to see him fight Cody. Cool, they would be great in the ring together. We've seen it, but in what retrospect would it be a WrestleMania moment for him to fight Cody Rhodes? Like, where's the, like you said, where's the story? Where's the line to it? Where it comes? Does that mean Cody turns heel? If that's the case,
for who? For Jay?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that for me wouldn't have made sense. I feel like this makes more sense.
To a degree, it could, because they've been tag team champions before.
Together.
Right. But they also Jay was also part of the bloodline when Cody was trying to take the title from Roman. So, I mean, there's that. But
at the moment,
it wouldn't make sense.
No.
But he has more of a story. He has just as much of a story. He has a deeper story with Cody than he would with Gunther. But Gunther needs to have somebody that's really going to test him. And as much as John Cena would be a great option, to be completely honest, now that I see the vision, Cena's older, and against a more fierce competitor like Gunther, it's just that it's not there. But my thing is, well, what if we did Cody versus Punk versus Cena?
If Cena my heart would feel so much better about that.
But we don't. I know people don't like triple threats at WrestleMania for the championship.
No,
but
but they always came out. Some have gone the way they wanted it. Some haven't. They're always bangers, though.
They're always bangers. My thing is, Cody and Punk is imminent at this point. Even if Punk loses, he still gets his WrestleMania main event. That's the main thing. I don't give a fuck if Punk wins or not, and I don't even think Punk himself cares if he wins. He needs to main event WrestleMania. We do not need Punk versus Rollins versus Roman. I don't want to see that at WrestleMania. That's not going to main event anything. it won't main event night one because they're going to give that up to Jay and Gunther.
I will gladly see if they want to do Seth versus somebody. We could do Seth versus Roman, WrestleMania, have one of those filler matches. It's gonna bang anyway.
Right.
But it doesn't need to be a triple, like you said. And I agree.
Punk needs to go win the Elimination Chamber.
Especially when he told him, I'm coming for you. You're gonna see me coming.
Yeah.
Like that, it just needs to happen.
Yeah. So Elimination Chamber. Roman needs to show up. He's the deciding factor in this feud. Roman needs to show up. He needs to cost Seth Rollins the match.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say Rollins is about to punch his ticket to WrestleMania. Let's say it's Seth and Cody, the final two. He stomps him. He gets ready to pin him, or right when he's about to. Let's just say that Seth stomps him, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to do another one. I want to permanently put an end to CM Punk. All of a sudden, the gate goes up, like the floor gate goes up. Roman pops out. Superman punches him and then spears him and just stands over him. Punk pins him, 1, 2, 3, and Roman doesn't even acknowledge or look at Punk. He just looks down at Seth. Just looks at him.
And that's how you start that WrestleMania journey.
And that gets rid of CM Punk and their business, and he can move forward to Cody, and then we can do Roman and Seth. That way, Punk gets his WrestleMania main event because it's time.
The way that arena would roar, like just they would go crazy.
Yep. I said, it really boils down to what WWE is willing to sacrifice, because this WrestleMania card is pretty much, they're booking it like a let's make everybody happy kind of card. That's the way that I'm looking at it. And I
feel like that's kind of how they did last year, though. With this, we want Cody,
Yep. But if they really want to make people happy, Roman versus Rock.
That would definitely be what we've been waiting for. Do I feel like it needs to happen this year? No, because there's no... Unless they start it.
It should have happened last year.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It definitely should have happened last year.
Cody didn't need to finish the story at WrestleMania. He could have won it at SummerSlam. He could have won it at any PLE. But if you're going to do it at a Big Four, obviously it has to be WrestleMania. Hell, I would have had Roman hold the title for another year and break it at this WrestleMania. Because, but I know the original plan was for The Rock to win. So that would have, if Roman is losing at WrestleMania 40, I'd rather it be to Cody than The Rock. But we should have got Roman versus The Rock. And Roman, in my opinion, Roman should have kept it till this WrestleMania. That way, people would have, because the booker and me would have been like, oh, y'all want Cody, huh? Really? Okay. Like, people are going to pay money for that, right? But Roman is the ultimate needle mover, and I'm pretty sure Roman probably wanted the title taken off of him so he could just
relax,
just be relieved. But I'd have been like, listen, I want you to break Hogan's record. Nobody's gonna come close to it. But these Cody fans, they wanted it to happen, and okay, it's here now, and that's why Cody doesn't have any real, like, the hype that he had going into WrestleMania 40 as a chaser is not what he has as a champion right now. No. And if he's going to be the guy that's going to carry the company, they need to turn him. And because it worked really good for Roman, it worked really, really good for Roman. And it can be the same thing with Cody. But I'm just telling you right now, it should have been Rock and Roman last year, and we could have did Roman and Cody this year. They could have let that build up. They could have let that frustration build up for a year. I understand people, oh, we would have lost interest. No, you wouldn't have.
No.
Because that it should
But
have up
the
until
way
he
they were
broke
so
up.
interested in that storyline. But look at, he never left his orbit. So if people would have lost interest, you would have lost interest already, and you haven't. Clearly.
Right. Yep.
So
Yes, suck it up. You'll be all right. You know. OTC said that Cody is close to turning. Yeah, I think that Punk is going
that
to be
Alabama Slam showed that shit.
I was there. We were there. We
Yeah.
were there live for that. And I'm like,
Nasty.
Kevin Owens died.
He could have. Oh my god.
And the funny thing is
My heart
that
hurt.
Sami Zayn was right there watching Cody climb up and take the title that Kevin believed was his. And then Sami Zayn looks like, why are you attacking me? Bro, why were you there?
I
if
feel
you-
like Kevin was justified. Kevin was justified.
I'm not going to lie. Yeah.
Because that's supposed to be your brother, your best friend of all these years. You're watching this man take my title that I have fought blood, sweat, and tears for, after Alabama slamming me through a damn ladder, literally killing me. And you don't understand why I pile drived you on Raw. Like,
Kevin's right. Because here's the thing. All Sammy had to do was go in there and push Cody off the ladder. You stood there and watched.
could have did something, interfered. You could have
did. What was the point of you being there? What was the point of you being there?
There was no point. If you weren't going to do nothing, there was no need for him to come out. And if anything, he looked worried for Cody just as much as he looked worried for Kevin Owens. Like, he was literally teeter-tottering.
And Kevin was like, I know you'll have my back. And you didn't. You didn't have Kevin's back. So at this point,
there you have it.
There you have it. So Kevin Owens is not wrong for anything that he did. And there's no explanation that Sami Zayn can give that is going to make any lick of sense to me. Because if you were supposed to be my best friend, if you were at my wedding, you weren't in fucking Cody Rhodes' wedding. You weren't the best man at anybody else's wedding. You were at my wedding. And I trusted you. I call you my brother. I wrestled you up and down every part of this world. You mean to tell me that when I am like damn near crippled, you're going to sit there and watch somebody that you helped at one point fight me? He's fought me and he's put me through a ladder. You're going to sit there and watch him take something that belongs to me when I trusted you to be there for me, because I was there for you. I was there for you when the bloodline was fucking you up and you were getting mistreated and you couldn't be there for
in
me.
The process.
Yeah, I took chair shots for you. We won tag team titles together at WrestleMania. And you sat there and watched Cody Rhodes take away something that I felt was rightfully mine. Kevin Owens is not wrong.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
Kev, give him another pile driver, because I don't think he heard you the first time.
I mean, he specifically, and the fact that he was trying to, it was sad. He was sad the way he was coming at that interview. Like, he did not want to do it. But he felt in his heart that it was right to do, because you were no longer my brother. We're no longer family.
Somebody just killed me on a ladder.
Where you at?
Where you at?
What'd you do?
Because if that had been you, I'd have been there.
Chair to the dome.
I'd have put them through a table, a ladder, whatever, for you.
DQ.
Kevin Owens has every right to be mad at Sami Zayn. Kevin Owens has hey Angel, how you doing? Angel, we have an interview next week. Me and Nessa are gonna knock this interview out. We got you on the next one.
Yes. We missed you. Hope you're having fun.
Hope you're having fun. When do you come back from South Korea? Just give me the date.
I think in another week.
Kevin Owens. Huh?
I said I think in another week.
Okay. Kevin Owens has every right to basically beat Sami Zayn to a bloody pulp whenever he feels like it.
And
he can hold on to this for a
whoever
whole
thinks
year.
He's wrong. I mean, I would like to know why you think he's wrong. Because again, we've clearly
No. The 19th. Oh, you come back the 19th.
Oh, the day of the
Oh,
the day
boy.
of the event.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We got this one. So yeah, we have an interview that we're gonna announce. So next week's episode will not be live. So yeah. So we will not have an episode live streamed, but there will be an episode recorded.
And we will be posting
so
that.
We'll be posting that. So we want to make sure everybody, when we post the interview, make sure that you go and watch it as well and support it, like, comment, share, do all that. So let's talk about who our guest is for next week. So I reached out. If you remember, Roman Reigns did an interview with Shaquille Majuri. I hope I'm saying his name correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. I will get the proper pronunciation of his name. But Shaquille Majuri, who's on YouTube he is on YouTube, but he's on Twitter at Shaq Fu, and that's SHAK underscore, I think, Shaq Fu, underscore Shaq Fu. It might be in between. I'm for sure. You don't have to.
Nope.
But Shaquille Majuri, he is a combat and pro wrestling journalist from CBS Sports. He also does work with the EDM network. So we managed to get a person of his stature on this show. Yeah. So the guy who interviewed Roman right before the Royal Rumble.
We will be interviewing him on Wednesday.
We will be interviewing him next Wednesday. And we only have 30 minutes of his time, so we can't have all three of us up here. Really, it should only be one or two of us. So me and Ness will take this one. I really am excited for this episode just because we'll get a lot of great insight on just learning the basics of journalism and media and going forward why it is so important to take these necessary steps if we want to take this as serious as a business that we want to take it as. So with that being said, this guy is extremely important on every cylinder. So if he's important, he should be important to our viewers. We want to have him here. Honestly, I'm still in shock that he even agreed to do it. So
you're very persuasive.
I just asked. The funny thing is the interview actually, I got in touch with him just asking him in the comment section of the Roman Reigns video, hey, I appreciate what you're doing. Great interview. How would you feel if, we have a show. You want to come on and be a guest?
I've seen your network skills. I've seen them. I see you.
Man,
I see you in the TL.
I do what I can. So
You
we
gotta
try
do
to
what you do.
we're
You
gonna
go
try to
big or you
get
go home.
go big or you go home. We're gonna try to get Isla Dawn here. Um, we want Isla Dawn here. Actually, I think I'm gonna she put May 9th to reach out to her by email, and she put her email. So I'm gonna reach out to Isla Dawn right away.
Okay.
As soon as May 9th hits on midnight, she'll have an email. I think you can actually set it up to where it sends an email right away. So I'm gonna have that email already set up and ready to send. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
her release. That was they weren't utilizing her, but it was also shocking that they released her.
yeah. It's I liked her. Like I thought and I even said on the show, I'm like, why are you giving her the championship if you're not going to push her like a legit her and Alba Fire like they guys are legitimate contenders? Don't give them the championship and then take it away from them
And then
and
not
then
utilize
and then push them to the side like they don't matter. Like they busted their ass in NXT to get to where they are now. And if all you gave them the title for was for a cheap hometown pop, I mean, that's great for them. But what is the long-term plan for them?
There wasn't. I think
There
that's what it
wasn't.
was. They were in Scotland. They said, let's give the fans what they want. And in reality, they really didn't because Drew did not, leave.
Drew and Piper didn't win, but if the best that they were going to get was, and I'm not saying it like we're undervaluing them, but the only one that they're going to get is Isla and Alba. That crowd will take it. But Isla Dawn and Alba Fire should have been. They're a legitimate tag team.
Mm-hmm. And then
They
you
were
get
legit.
rid of it.
You get rid
You're
of them.
already scarce on tag team,
They're supposed to. Damage Control is injured. Obviously the Kabuki Warriors aren't there. Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson are still in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Bianca and Jade are the only teams you have. Piper and Chelsea are there too, but clearly Chelsea's going to go solo. So
Where's
your tag team division? That didn't sit right with me because I'm like, Isla Dawn, Alba Fire placed curses on the tag team title. And with that being said, I'm gonna just reach out to her right now. I don't even care. I'm gonna just say,
not even that. There was a lot of people released, and I saw a lot of outrage on the TL. And someone made a comment where all of a sudden everyone cares. And who knows? We don't know who everyone cared about. People were very mad about these releases. There was one that didn't sit right with me either, and it was La Madrina herself, Miss Electra Lopez. How are you going to utilize her on your show on SmackDown on Friday and then release her? What was the point of that?
I have no clue.
What
I
was
have
the
no
point?
clue. What do you think was the point of it?
I feel like, yes, they weren't utilizing her wrestling wise. Like, she wasn't wrestling. She had like one match a month ago, and that was it. But she's a manager. So now what's gonna happen with La Fantasma? They're not gonna have no more manager? Where's that all that's gonna happen? Sonya, what's gonna happen with stud line? There's no more stud line.
I don't know. I don't know.
So it's like, I get that most of them, but Sonya was being utilized. So why would you release Sonya unless, something happened with her contract or between whatever that. But from what I'm seeing is you were utilizing her. She was fighting like every other week. So
why did I don't know. It's just like, oh man, it's but then it makes me wonder, were they cut to bring in Ricky,
Oh.
Alistair Black, and Rusev.
Has he confirmed yet? I mean, it's gonna happen.
So if her contract was expiring, it's like
Why not renew it?
we don't
Again,
know if
that was probably
they
up to
offered
them.
her we don't know if they offered her something and maybe she
Mhm.
could have denied it. Like we don't know.
Yes, okay, that's what I'm saying. But as for like our standpoint from what we see, you know,
Yeah, it's like
she's
we
being
wanted her
utilized.
on TV. We wanted her on TV. If you're being utilized, like use her.
Mhm.
But I see why they didn't keep her, but I wasn't. I don't know. And one thing I'm not going to say is, well, why did you get rid of this person but not that person? I will never say
Mhm.
that. Like, you'll never hear that come out of my mouth. But the fact of the matter is, I'm about to just, even if she says no,
You shooting your
I'm doing
shot?
it right.
Shooting the
Oh
shot?
yeah, yep. I'm shooting my shot.
Shoot it.
I don't care. I don't care.
Shoot it.
Well, all she has to say is
Yes.
hold on,
Or no.
or no. Matter of fact, what day is May 9th on? That's
Let's
a
see. Cinco de Mayo
that's a
is
Friday. That's a Friday. So the 14th. We'll shoot for May. Screw it. I'm just gonna do it right now.
oh, it is on a Friday. Oh, that's my baby's birthday. She's turning 20. Oh my God. Hey, I'm gonna give, while he's doing his thing, a quick shout out to my godson, Josiah. It is his birthday tomorrow. He's turning the big 9, and I am not okay because he is my baby. I am not okay. But happy early birthday, my monkey. I know you probably won't see this until tomorrow, so y'all give him love. I am not okay.
Yeah. So like, I'm just gonna email her right now. I don't care.
Do it.
5/9/25.
So she won't be available until May 9th, or
I think that's when her like 90 days is up for her to take bookings and everything.
Shit. Set it for Friday. We could do it on the 14th.
In advance.
Oh, thank you, TC.
You guys want Isla Dawn on the show?
We sure do. Look it. She said do it.
Hey, actually, yo, somebody in the comments tag Isla, retweet this video, quote, retweet it, and tag Isla and say, hey, they're talking about you right now. What's the worst that can happen?
Let's see what happens here. Collectively.
We hold.
What's her at? He went to sleep. There we go. Which one is hers?
It's under Isla WWE as her.
Oh, I see your face. There you go. Found the right one. She does. It's at
She does what?
Go ahead and I'm gonna spell it out for you.
What she does? What are we talking about?
Hold on. They said that she don't think that she has an ex. I found it.
She literally put her email in it.
I know. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
I already have it.
You put it in the chat already?
Her email?
No, not her email. Her at.
Her. Oh, it's Isla WWE.
Okay, I just put it in the chat. That's her at, y'all. So weird. I'm watching you.
What's going on now? So why are you so quiet?
I am networking.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going over there?
I'm doing all right.
You have your I'm in the zone face on? It's funny how I can tell what different movesets you're in at this point.
Fine. All right, I just shot my shot. If y'all want Isla Dawn on the podcast, that was my shot to make it happen. Let's saw this. Hold on. Somebody just asked for the link. Yeah. So yeah, I'm mad that Isla OTC, I love you. I love you for that OTC.
I'm almost done. You're a real one.
Angel, really have.
How are you? And Angel don't really post like that either. Look at her networking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like here's the thing with Isla, it's like I feel so bad for her because it's like, damn, dude, like they were right there. They were right.
Fumbled. It was a complete fumble.
I mean, Unholy Union, they didn't fumble anything. It's just like
no, but like after that, once they dropped those titles, they completely just was like, to catering you go, and then we're gonna drop you. It was a complete fumble.
I emailed Isla Dawn. She may not be able to respond for, probably because of like the 90 days thing. I don't know how the contract is set up, but she was one of the people that I was like, oh yeah, she's going to be with the company for a while. Like, just because this woman, and not just including all the fire. I'm not excluding all the fire, because when she was Kaylee Ray, she was killing it in NXT UK. My thing was when I saw Isla and their feud that they had, I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Like, make it happen. So when they won the tag titles, I did not have a problem with them winning the tag titles because I said it protects Bianca and Jade because they weren't pinned, but it also creates new stars.
Mhm.
But you weren't booking them to look like legitimate threats. You were making them look kind of stupid with how you were booking them.
And that's usually the story.
And I'm like, this is Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. They should be treated the same way that you are treating Bianca and Jade, because if you're going to take the titles off of Jade and Bianca, it better be for a good reason. Okay, Alba and Isla are your reasons. Let's make Isla and Alba the faces of the women's tag team division. Don't take the title back off of them. Let them get a chance. Do something to where they win the fans over. They just were sitting there like, and I'm sure they had ideas on top of ideas, but they're kind of trusting the process, and the process failed them. Because it's not Isla and Alba's fault, because I'm like, hey, we have tag team champions, but you're showcasing Bianca and Jade more than your tag team champions. Why? Why? Give me Isla and Alba Fire. And they have the tag team champions where they have to go chips, where they have to go to 3 different brands. They just came from NXT. Make them go back. They'll be well received. They can defend the titles there. They go to SmackDown.
And they didn't. That's what I'm saying. It was literally just, it was useless.
So
it was
bad.
to create the storyline for Jade and Bianca, and then it kind of just.
And then that story goes nowhere. The tag team division doesn't have a single story that makes sense right now because there is none.
At this point, we're literally waiting for Jade to come back. That's the tag storyline right now for the women's division.
I guarantee if it was Rhea Ripley that got attacked, that story would have had more punch. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because I don't know what I understand that. Excuse me, I'm still sick. That Triple H is infinitely high on Rhea Ripley, but you have other women that need to be the focus too. That's why I'm scared, because I want Roxanne to stay in NXT, because Sean always treats his girls better.
That is why I was like, okay, please don't lose the title. Please don't lose the title. Because once she loses the title, that's her push. That's their, time to graduate, moment. And right now, they're doing a good job with it. But then what? Look at how long they took for Lyra to finally get her push. And I didn't think she was ever going to get it, honestly. Oh, and here come the White Six.
We go again.
Here come the White
Six.
Six.
Yeah, my here.
You're here.
Am I here? Am I live?
What did you do?
Yeah, Triple H is. I don't know. Screw him. Triple H is the new Vince McMahon. Shawn Michaels is the new Triple H. Do with that information what you will. Wyatt Six ain't showing up to this podcast ever, so I ain't got to worry about it.
Don't.
Uncle Howdy, if you want it, come get it. But I ain't do nothing wrong.
I would pay big money to see you with Uncle Howdy. Y'all
Dallas and Dallas.
Dallas and Dallas.
D&D.
I would pay good money to watch that.
Nolans.
Oh.
We're here. No,
You heard it here first.
You
The
know,
training starts now.
I mean, you know what? Fine.
Oh,
You know,
see? You
that's what you
mentioned
want to do. Let's do it
that's
the
what I
right
want
way.
to see. Oh, shit. Here we go.
I dare them to hijack the show.
I'm not. Don't let me do
I want to
it. Make you cross my mind.
the Wyatt Six know that it doesn't matter how many times you hijack this show, I'm gonna be here. And because that I'm gonna be here, there's a lesson in love that you need to understand. Love conquers all. But not only does love conquer all, it destroys all. Because of that, we have some problems. We have some issues that we need to lay out. The Wyatt Six can keep coming to this podcast as much as they want. But deep down inside, we have some issues that we need to address.
Oh, shit.
You see, you keep coming after those, and you gang up on those who can't defend themselves, and you take away people's ability to fight back. But this ain't the show to do that, because I'm gonna fight back every single time. I was born in darkness. I was covered in darkness, and I am the cesspool of darkness. I was bathed in it. I wasn't mortified by the idea of what darkness entails, but I didn't have to live in my brother's shadow. I had to step out of it, just like you did. And when you step out of that shadow, you'll know deep down inside that becoming your own man is a greater feat than you thought could possibly be accomplished. I accomplished that feat. We did you onto the Humble Roses podcast. Please understand that when you look in the eyes of someone who looked death in the face and took 35 years from it, and will take an additional 35 years, nothing compares to the scarcity and the temerity of a broken man who has nothing to lose, that bet on himself his entire life. And once that was done, he told his story for the whole world to hear. So come be a part of my journey.
Lord have mercy.
Back to Isla Dawn. Isla is really, like I said, she was one of my favorite people to check for. I liked her.
Mhm.
I thought they could have built Isla. If they would have built Isla up like I thought, like she could have been a great counter to Rhea Ripley.
Oh.
If they would have built her up, it would have been a great counter to Rhea, like two goth girls going at it like that. Then you bring Tatum Paxley in the mix, or
Oh.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
NXT Powerpuff Girls. I'm liking that right now.
if built correctly, it would have worked.
Again, I say.
And I'm not, and like I said, we're not sexualizing these women.
Oh,
But
no.
I'm just saying that would have been a great build, because if you would have done something with her, you know, she brought the voodoo into the mix. She brought that supernatural element. She would have been perfect for the Wyatt Six, in my opinion, just because.
Oh, that would have been fire.
But you know, obviously, Nikki Cross was
back. Oh, shit! See, fumble. just straight fumble.
I would have had and see, here's the thing, it's so weird because when you do the Wyatt Six, you got to take out one of the members. So I probably would have taken out Joe Gacy, and then I would have had Alexa, Nikki, and Isla Dawn, and then we would have had Uncle Howdy, Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan. But the only thing is that the sixth member really should just be the spirit of Bray Wyatt, is Wyatt Six. But you know, there could be some. You could even take Alexa out and have Isla and Nikki, and then Bray's still the sixth member. If you take away Gacy or whatever, it could have worked. And I have no problem with Joe Gacy. But they're not doing anything with we haven't seen the Wyatt Six at all this year. They weren't at the Royal Rumble. They're probably not going to be at Elimination Chamber. They weren't on
at this point.
They got to be on the WrestleMania card. What are we doing? Bring them back. They had all the. I don't care, man. I want to see Isla in New Japan if she feels like going over there. I'm not going to say I don't want her in AEW, but they don't really run their women's division too well over there because the only standout names are Tony, Mariah May, Mercedes Moné, Chris Statlander, Thunder Rosa, and Britt Baker. With WWE's women's division, you have standout names on every show.
Even the developmental. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the fact that it's supposed to be a developmental stage, a developmental show, and they have top tier wrestlers, especially women wrestlers. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, man, I'm so mad at they did my girl Isla so flipping dirty. Like I am, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. But again, I get it, but I'm not happy, and that's just where I'm gonna leave it at. I'm not happy that they did Isla like that. They really didn't give her a chance to really cook, and if they did, they took it away from her. But I get. I understand that business, it's business, but man, no. She'll be back. She'll be back. Anna Jay, oh man, that's another one. Anna, oh my gosh, Anna Jay, Aminata, Sky Blue. They don't get treated properly. But again, we got so many unsung heroes in professional wrestling. Isla Dawn is definitely one of them.
Do. But this is what we're here for. This is why we're here.
Yep.
To give them their voice, to give them their flowers. This is what you created the Humble Roses for. And me and more, just happy to be a part of it, to continue helping you build that.
Yeah, and then everybody, the live viewers, the live watchers.
Yes.
We just got to get a better, we're going to have to get a better platform to stream on, because StreamYard is, StreamYard is kind of. What up, Alexander? Finally, I can join the chat. How are you? Hey, yeah, we were just about to wrap up here, but hey, thanks for stopping by. I gotta get ready to eat and go to bed. Oh man, I had a nap and I still need it. I didn't even get to do my, one of my favorite things to do. So I have like more than one of these. I need to buy more of these controllers. I have
I love that you went completely gamer mode on me, and I'm over here like, that's Angel's territory.
That's my territory.
No, but I mean, like, when it comes to like between me and her, I was like, that's more Angel. But I understood what you were talking about because I know games. I'm just not a gamer like y'all.
You need to be.
I need to be.
Was watching on my phone but couldn't chat. Sorry about it. It's okay, Alexander.
Oh.
No, you
But you were
part of the
still watching.
family, man.
It was totally fine.
There's probably a lot of viewers like that who are watching on their phone and can't chat. But we'll show you how you can like be in the chat or whatever, even if you're on your phone. Because I do it for Sports for You, and they should be live right now.
They are
I
going
want
live.
to
Yeah.
give a big shout out to Nessa made this for me. This is the it says King of the Roses. You can't really see all of it, but it's Baltimore Ravens colors because Baltimore Ravens are my favorite football team. So I want to thank you for making me that bracelet. I do my best to make sure nothing happens to it.
I will thank the Littles because they had me on my bracelet game. And I was, they were making bracelets for Dominic and Raquel and Liv. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I made my one bracelet for Dom. I gave him my Papi Chulo bracelet. And then I made bracelets for all of us. So mine and Angel say head Roses in charge and head, HBIC with our favorite colors. So.
Still, you know what I'm saying? If you guys aren't following her, make sure you follow Meechin as well. Oh, yes. I'll give this real quick. If there's anybody who wants to add me on PlayStation Network, here is my gamer tag, Cash the Stampede 3. You can message me. Doesn't the White Sticks are trying to get to me? Oh man, they like are not letting up.
For real. You're like White Sticks. I love being out here with everybody.
So here's
by ourselves yet.
So here's a blueberry muffin. Here's a blueberry muffin recipe. Okay, so add me on PlayStation Network at Cash the Stampede 3. If there's any games that
if there's anything you guys need, you follow him. Y'all are playing with him. He's legit gonna come after you. The White Sticks. Me? They should be free.
Somebody screenshot this.
Why?
And send that to me. Send that to me. So yeah, add me on PlayStation. I usually play Marvel Rivals, Helldivers to Vanessa. I swear to God, I will. Okay, it didn't work. Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, add me.
They were just gonna let you threaten
also,
me.
I guess so. Follow Isla Dawn and let her know. Make sure you just send her some love and say, hey, we can't wait to see what you're gonna do. Yep. Make sure you follow her. Tell her the Humble Roses podcast sent you.
Look at that.
The fuck? Oh, is that Liv?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Fucked her ass up yesterday.
Hopefully I get to try these kangaroo burgers later this year.
Kangaroo burger? Oh. You all not gonna let me know what a kangaroo burger is?
So no, because the whites.
Clearly,
oh God,
I want to know what a kangaroo burger is. Like, come on now.
Kangaroo burger is basically a ground beef patty, but it's kangaroo meat.
Where the do you get kangaroo meat at, Dallas? Why are you
You
eating
can order it.
kangaroo?
I'd like to try. I've had bison, I've had sirloin, I've had beef, I've had shrimp, I've had veggie, I've
Okay.
had rabbit. I'd like to try. I've had chicken. I'd like to try a kangaroo burger because apparently it takes.
That just sounds horrible. Like, why would you go and kill a kangaroo to eat it? That's some outlandish shit.
Why would you kill a cow or a chicken to eat them? Why would you kill
I-
a fish?
Clearly to eat at this point. It's just strange. I've never heard. Isn't it illegal? Isn't it illegal to eat a kangaroo?
To eat a fucking kangaroo? No. No, it's not
Maybe
illegal
in
to eat it.
Australia?
I'm not killing a fucking kangaroo. I'm going to go eat a kangaroo burger. Don't make me do it.
What
Okay,
are you
fine.
doing?
Y'all want
Ah.
Jumbotron sharing the screen,
Let's go it.
and then we gotta get out of here because I gotta eat
That's fine with me.
kangaroo
Oh shit.
patty.
You know, he loves his story times, you guys.
Kangaroo burgers are a lean alternative to beef burgers that are made from kangaroo mince. The meat has a strong, earthy flavor with a hint of garniness. Yeah. This is what it looks like.
No. I mean, it looks like why does it look charred?
That's how it's cooked. That's how that was cooked. Like I'm getting me a kangaroo burger. I'm trying it.
Are you making it or are you buying it? Like, where are you buying it from?
They sell them everywhere. Actually, here goes kangaroo right here. You can shop for them. There's a website you can shop. Like the cake. Okay, my shit is Fossil Farms. Fossilfarms.com. Kangaroo burgers. You can buy a pack of kangaroo beef. It's like $17.50.
We're sponsoring kangaroo burgers.
We're not sponsored by I'm just saying. There's kangaroo ground beef right there. Kangaroo Denver leg, yak burgers.
I've heard of yak burgers. I will never try it.
Here's a camel. Here's a camel burger right here. It ain't like I'm
exotic.
It ain't like I'm gonna start learning. It ain't like if I eat a kangaroo burger, I'm gonna fucking start jumping and shit like that. Or if I eat a camel burger, a fucking hump in my back is gonna grow. It's just I was about to say something, and then I realized what I was about to say, so I'm not going to say it. But all I was going to say was I already sound like I have some bass in my voice. She has bass in her voice. She's Australian. Australian women have a dark, thick accent with bass in their voice. That doesn't mean they're a man.
I mean, there's a lot of females that have deep voices. There's men that have probably squeakier voices than I do.
Rhea's voice actually fits her. It fits her. So there's nothing masculine about it.
If she had a little voice, it wouldn't go with her her personality.
Yeah, so her voice matches her personality. That's the reason why she's at where she's at now. Well, now we know why some animals are on the verge of extinction.
Because of Dallas.
And I'm gonna also try an ostrich burger as well after a kangaroo. So
I've heard about those too. And again, I'm not as, I guess, exotic and game for that. And isn't that? I think there's a spot in Austin that's called Game Burgers.
Yeah. Well, this has been the Humble Roses podcast. I'm going to get off here.
This is our random episode.
Oh yeah, we'll have a lot of kickback episodes like this. Oh, somebody added me on PlayStation. Okay, 3 people already added me. All right, cool. Yeah, I got you guys. So again, my PlayStation name is Cash the Stampede 3. That's for PlayStation 4, 5, 3, 2, 1, 0, 8, 5, not whatever. Just make sure you add me. Thank you guys for coming to the episode. I want to thank everybody in the chat. You are all always welcome.
Always.
OTC, you are awesome as well.
Yes, you
It
are.
is Tribal Chief season is every season, not just this season. That's a motherfucking fact. Also, if you are live watching, make sure you go on to Twitter. I don't really like to call it X, and tweet hashtag Humble Roses podcast and tell me what you thought about tonight's show. What could be done better? What would you like to see more of? What I could do better? What Nessa could do better?
Please.
Just let us know.
Thank y'all for sticking by me in my little awkward moment earlier.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. I had to get up out of there, but I got to talk to Nessa privately. I have to talk to Nessa privately because I'm about to drop a nuclear bomb on her, and then
He always does
you
this
know,
after a podcast. He just
we would. Yeah, it's part of being part of the show. See